This is Android Basics, in which we bring you up to date on the things that you should know to use your Android phone.
And now we turn to our Android Basics section, and we conclude our look at the Play Store with Warren demonstrating family management and device certification.
As we continue with our Play Store exploration, we will be looking at the last two items found within the Play Store settings. You activate your Play Store or getting to the settings by first launching the Play Store, then tapping on your username on the top right corner, and then going down through the items that pop up from that and tap on Settings. I am now in the settings, and the item we're looking at today are the last two items found in the settings. The first one has to do with family-related stuff, and this is what I'm talking about.
Family, parental control, parent guide. Click to expand the family settings section.
This is collapsed, and so I'll tap here to expand.
Click to collapse the family settings section.
The family settings section has now been expanded, and moving my finger down, I come across
Manage family members.
Manage family members. This is where you can go in and remove members or add new members. Because of security reasons, I'm not going to give my kids' names out here, but I'll show you what I'm talking about, for example.
Family management. Navigate up. Button, out of list.
Below that is all the names of my family members and all of that. To remove a member, you simply tap on their name, and you can tap on the More options found on the top right corner, and the menu that pops up, tap on Remove. You could also restrict or choose how items are shared with them or how they get items that you add to the family. For example, I'm going to tap on one of them without revealing their name.
Member settings. Navigate up. Button, out of list.
I just tapped on one of those and we hear Member Settings.
Purchase approvals. Only in-app purchases using the family payment method.
And if you tap here, for example,
Navigate up. Button.
And the options we have for this kit would be
All purchases using the family payment method. Radio button, not selected. 1 of 3. In list,
so I could
3 items.
set it to all of them, or
Only in-app purchases. Radio button, selected. 2 of 3.
only in-app purchases if you want that to be the only one you control, or
No approval required. Radio button, not selected. 3 of 3.
oh, no approval required. Of course, like I said, if you tap on the More options on the top right, you can remove that person. And now I'll go back.
Navigate up. Button.
Now toward the bottom, we've got a couple items. And that's below the list of names that you have. We got
Invite family member. 1 invitation left. 6 of 7.
Invite a family member. So if you have another family member that you want to add, you tap here and go choose to add that family member. Below that we got
Manage parent privileges. Button. 7 of 7.
Manage the parent privileges and what you can do. You tap on there. Let's go back.
Play Store. Manage family members. In list.
The next item below Manage Family Members will be
Family library settings.
the Family Library Settings. In here, you could choose how things are shared. For example,
Family library settings. Family library settings. Out of list.
you
Showing
could
items 1
choose
to 4.
whether or not every time you add an app, a game, a TV show, movie, or a book, it should be automatically added, or you could choose how that is added to those family members. Here's what I'm talking about. The first item we got is
Apps and games. Add items automatically when purchased. 2 of 4. In list. 4 items.
apps and games get automatically added. Of course, if you tap on here, you'll see the different options. I'll tap here to show you what I'm talking about.
Apps and games. Apps and games. Out of list.
And we got
Purchased apps can be added automatically if eligible, or you can add them yourself after you buy them. When items are added to Family Library, your family members will see that you purchased them.
all right, below that.
Add items automatically when purchased. Radio button, selected, 1 of 2, in list, 2 items.
So by default, they're added automatically, or
Don't add automatically. I'll do it myself. Radio button, not selected, 2 of 2.
that's Do not add automatically. Let me choose who I want to get this and who not to get.
To add, remove an item anytime, go to its detail page, out of list.
And you could go to the details of the app if you want to remove it.
Remove items from family library.
And or you could tap remove items from family library. Let's go back.
Family library settings. Family library settings.
The next item we come across has to do with movies and TV shows and things.
Movies and TV. Add items automatically when purchased. 3 of 4.
So it's the same idea like what we saw about the apps and games in the last item here.
Books. Add items automatically when purchased. 4 of 4.
Books. The same idea. Let's go back.
Family library settings.
Now moving from the family library settings, below that we've got
Manage approval requests.
Manage approval/requests. In other words, someone could request something, and if I tap here, for example,
Approval requests. Approval requests, out of list.
we got 2 tabs here at the top. The first tab we have is
Pending. Selected.
we have the pending, and that's the one that's selected by default. Of course, to the right of that, we got
History.
history. Now, if I move my finger down, all the pending requests should be showing here.
You're all caught up. Page in pager.
And I'm told I'm all caught up because there's no pending requests. If I tap on history, I'll see all the requests that were made, but I don't have such a thing. So I'm going to go back. And next, below that, we got
Parental controls, off.
parental controls off. In other words, I don't have any that I'm managing. And so if I check this and I have others that I'm managing, then anytime they're installing an app, it will send it to me saying, hey, so-and-so wants to install such and such an app. Would you let them install the app? It will also show you the Play Store listing of the app so you could see whether it's appropriate for that person or for that kid or not. Below that, we got the last item,
Parent guide.
the parent guide. So in other words, if you tap here, you go read about what's in there as a guide. The last item from these settings will be the About and Certification.
About. Play Store. Build version. Device certification. Click to expand the About settings section.
So we come across the last item and also to check to see if your device is certified. If I tap here, for example,
Click to collapse the About settings section.
and I tapped and it says click to collapse it. And below that, we've got
About Google Play.
About Google Play. Next.
Open source licenses. License details for open source software.
So all the open source licenses below that.
Play Store version. Version 36.6.2029. 0 PR 547,915,177.
That's the Play Store version that my device is running. And below that,
Update Play Store button.
you could tap there to update the Play Store. And below that, we have to learn more.
Learn more button.
And the last item here is
Play Protect certification. Device is certified.
Play Protect device certification. And I'm told that my device is certified. If I tap here, for example,
RS browser. Navigate up button, out of list.
it opens up a browser that I can read more about the certification process and all of that and how to go about finding out how to certify or check to see if your device is certified or not. So for example, if I put my finger down
Check your Play Protect certification status. Heading 1.
and if I triple tap with 2 fingers to read from the next item,
https:// 1. 1 of 4. 4 items. Open the Google Play Store app. Google Play. Graphic. Period. 2. 2 of 4. At the top right, tap the profile icon. Period. 3. 3 of 4. Tap Settings. Period.
so in other
4.
words, it's reading
To check
for
if your
you
device is Play
the
Protect-
various things or the various steps that I've taken you through. That's how you go to check your device certification. I will now hand this over to the podcast crew so we could deliberate on these things that I have mentioned so far.
Thank you, Warren. Family management certainly something I use a lot of. We have umpteen devices connected to the Play Store. The daughter has a tablet which now has a SIM card because the wife and I were fed up of her needing to use our Wi-Fi connections. So she's had that for a little while, and it is handy. Do you use it much more in the family management? I guess you do, don't you?
I used it for a while, and frankly, it came in very handy because, sometimes our kids are very naughty. And what I like about it is the fact that, no app gets installed without you authorizing it. And besides, it shows you what the app is all about. So it takes you or shows you the Play Store entry for that app. So you can review it and see if it's appropriate. So if you have little ones at home and stuff like that, I think that's the best way to manage that. And also, bedtime mode is something that, comes in handy because, you could, do that. But most importantly, it's a way to be able to share apps or, buy apps and just make it available to everybody. I think it allows for up to 5 people to be on your family um, team. And so it's a good way to share apps and you can decide who gets what, or by default, everyone gets it. But if there's some naughty ones in there that you don't want them to get certain things, then you could say this one doesn't get it. I really like that whole idea about choosing how you share those apps. And you can remove people, as I showed in that preamble. You can remove someone. And now, though, I don't have someone that I monitor anymore, but at least they can share my apps. And I tell you, I got like over 100 apps there that are tied to the family area, and you can add and remove people at will.
What are you supposed to do if you live in like a Georgia trailer park and you've got 10 kids?
So I think that may be like a movie trailer of some sort, right? I'm not into movies, so I have no clue. John?
No, like no. If you're just from Georgia and you live in a trailer park and you have 10 kids,
Oh,
what
come on. Come
what are you supposed to do?
You're taking a jab at my people, and that's not fair.
Well, no, I'm taking a jab at Google. They've got a limit on five family members. That is a
You have
particular
to
view on
you
what
have
a
to
family
pay
should
for
look like.
2 families. That's what it is. I do have a question though about, so do app developers have to opt into this, like, or does every app, can you buy every app once and use it for 5 people? Do
So
you
the
know that?
family sharing or the family whatever, I think it came through in 2016 as of July. I think maybe it was July 2nd. Every app thereafter has the ability or is part of it, is automatically part of the family sharing. But if it's something prior till 2016, July of 2016, it will not qualify for that family thing. So it's something that came through about some 6 or so years ago, 7 years, whatever, from 2016.
Okay, cool. That's actually, if it works the same way with, like you mentioned, the movies and TV and books, that's actually not a bad deal because, like with Audible, I can link my account to Ashley's and but we can only have 2 of us sharing. Like, but it seems like with this, you could buy an audiobook on Play Books and share it with 5 people or 4 other people.
That is true. And that's what I like about it. They're a little bit generous compared to other family sharings because, as you can hear in my demo, it says I had one more left. There are 5 of us in the family. And I don't know, maybe Google gave me an extra one. I don't know how come I'm having 6. So maybe it doesn't count me. So maybe I think it counts. I don't know. It's kind of odd. I don't know what's going on.
Or did you opt one out so you're not monitoring them anymore? Or is that that's a subset, isn't it?
Yeah, well, my oldest daughter's in college now, 20. But she's still part of that. She still gets
It's
the benefit.
all the more reason to have monitoring on, I would have thought.
Yeah. So it's really nice to have that family sharing because you have access to things, and or if there's something that someone requests to be on there, say a kid finds some app that they're really interested in and I'm not, they could send a request, say, hey, I would like to get this app, and I can go in there and add it, and they instantly have that app.
Yeah. The wife's still on the Apple side, but when I was on that, we used it a lot, and it really paid for itself when I bought Navigon, which is the GPS app, and it was expensive for a mainstream app. It was like £30, and so just instantly shared it. And yeah, so if you're paying for stuff, then family sharing is really good. And presumably you've got the monitoring turned up to the max on the wife, have you? I hope.
Yeah, well, it's but how come your wife is on the other side, Ed?
She do what she wants. I'm not that bothered. As long as she cooks my dinner, it's fine. Do what she
I know how
wants.
you feel, Ed. I'm in the same boat there.
Like,
Yeah,
like I'm not
exactly.
bothered.
So actually, two of you guys, you got rebellious wives.
That's
Yeah,
all right.
this is all news to me. I don't have a digital family when it comes to Google. It's just me. My kid's not old enough to use devices and have his own account, and my wife is with Apple.
So that as long as the clothes get ironed and the dinner gets cooked, she can use whatever phone she wants.
That's really interesting. So, see, my entire family is all Android, and so much,
Is that because
such
you
a
made them
staunch.
be?
No, actually, no, I really didn't. Because before I met Julia, she was already on Android. So it's really interesting.
That's why you met her though. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
probably. You're right.
You pulled on the basis of operating system.
I wanted someone on the same page.
You met her on AndroidFangirls.com.
I probably should.
You probably did.
And that's where the Android boys should go to look for their spouses,
If
better halves.
if you form your relationships on the basis of operating system, then by all means, found if it doesn't exist, or go to AndroidFangirls.com or boys or whatever.
But what I'm really proud of is that my entire family is all Android, even extended families, all Android. So we don't have a rebel. I think there's one, maybe my father-in-law has the Fruitvale device. And of course, because that's what he got started on, and he's older, he doesn't even know what he has anyways. He just has a phone.
See, you tell him he's on Android anyway.
I mean, we could give him an Android, he wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, maybe do it the other way around. Give him a Fisher Price and tell him it's Apple's latest phone.
Exactly. Or maybe the Nothing 2, since it looks so much like a Fruitvale device. I won't know the difference.
Yeah.
So another part that I really like is that device certification. And, Google has partners. Samsung, I think Xiaomi is also a partner. So if you want to check to see if your device is Play Protect certified, you can follow those steps that we have enumerated there, and you could see if your device is certified or not. And I like that because then you have that Play Protect. I mean, everyone has Play Protect, but some are not certified, and it will tell you you're not certified if yours is not certified.
And I know one of the note takers is, at least, and I can't remember which it is. Maybe they both are, but one of Hims or Humanware got their latest device certified, I think. Either the Touch Plus or the Braille Sense 6. So you may well find you have that too.
The Play Store is something that is constantly changing, and I think there's something coming on. We've been through the Play Store trying to explore every bit and piece of it as best as we could. However, now and then there's a change, and if there's another change, we'll be sure to talk about it as soon as possible. And I know that there's one that's on the horizon, especially like it will show you how an app is going to look on a different device. Maybe it's a tablet, maybe it's a watch or whatever, and will also show you how many installs that app has on that particular form factor. So that's a recent thing that Google is working on. I'm not sure if it's live for everyone yet, but that's something that's also coming. And like I said, the Play Store constantly being tweaked. And should anything monumental come through, we'll be sure to let you guys know. But we're thankful that you guys hang in there with us as we explore this Play Store, because you know what? It's the backbone of your phone. Unless, of course, you're one of those that just want to go get something elsewhere and sideload it. But the majority of people depend on the Play Store. And then we thought it was important that we take the time to go through the Play Store and show you all that the Play Store has or does not have.
Absolutely. And if the app is on the Play Store, that's where you should get it from. I like sideloading, but I would never sideload an app I could get from the Play Store. There is literally no point in taking the security risk. So always use the Play Store unless the Play Store doesn't have what you want.